Jimmy's sister-in-law, Sandra. Remember the lady we ran into downtown when I was with you that time? Sandra. We were walking downtown near the John Hancock, and she was there, and I was like, Sandra. She was walking there.
Sure. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about Moochie of Pop Warner Football. Moochie of Pop Warner Football is a 1960 television release. It's directed by William Beaudine, cinematography by Walter Castle, editing by Cotton Warburton, music by Clifford Vaughn, and it's written by Ellis Marcus. The film stars Kevin Corcoran as Moochie. Writing-wise, I would say this movie, in my opinion, is a little bit weaker than Moochie of the Little League. I feel like Moochie of the Little League, maybe it was partly like my excitement to be back in the black and white movies. I don't know, but I felt like Moochie of the Little League was a little more entertaining, had a little bit more going on with it. Where this, the whole first half is like them petitioning to be able to have a Pee-wee football team because it's tackle football and a bunch of the parents are against tackle football. And then the whole second half is them winning a bunch of games to go to the Disneyland Bowl, which is like the Super Bowl, but at Disneyland. And it just didn't, like, the first half was decent. I liked the scene at City Hall where Moochie is trying to, like, sacrifice his, like, playing of football so the rest can play football. I thought that was a cute scene. In the second half, I love that Hilliard and Moochie, like, make up and become friends. I really liked that aspect of it. But the rest of it, there were, like, a lot more scenes, I feel like, with the adults and less, like, I don't know, fun stuff with Moochie. And a lot less, like, really wonderful, meaningful family scenes. I feel like in the first one, you know, the dad and the mom really are trying to be there for Moochie, say he's doing too much. And in this one, the dad is present more, like, in the actual, like, football side of stuff. But isn't there for him with the Hilliard stuff as much as I would have liked to see. Because Hilliard is kind of very cruel to Moochie toward the beginning. So it just, this didn't feel as strong writing-wise for me as Little League. I can't put my finger on exactly what the kid who played Hilliard was in other than this, but I absolutely recognize him. He had to have been in other Disney movies around this time. And I can't put my finger on it, and I didn't look it up, so maybe I'll have to look it up and, like, put it in the comments or something, but he was so familiar to me. And then, it wasn't until watching this one that I realized the man playing the English guy who, like, let his, basically, house yard get turned into the baseball field in the last one is the original Scrooge from the original Christmas Carol in the 30s, which is insane. And then Walt is in this. Walt introduced this movie, and then in the second half of it, he's very briefly seen at the Disneyland Bowl, like shaking hands with coaches and stuff. So I thought that was fun, that Walt was in this one. Hilliard's dad, the mayor, saying he didn't have time to sign a permission slip for Hilliard and, like, turning around and taking less than 10 seconds to sign the piece of paper made me so mad. He also was, like, not the greatest. The whole point was, like, that he wasn't spending enough time with Hilliard or doing things for Hilliard or whatever. And they didn't super address that. It was, like, a very brief scene with Hilliard, and then all of a sudden he just, like, showed up to the football game, and it's supposed to be like, oh, it's, like, kind of all better now. He's gonna spend more time with his kid. Where I feel like in the first one, it was, like, fleshed out a little more with, like, spending time and, like, working through that problem and that kind of stuff. I love that the neighbor keeps getting roped into, like, coaching. So in the first one, he became an umpire and then helped Moochie. And in this one, he was the football coach, which I thought was really funny that he keeps getting roped into it. I really liked that they came up with, like, a really random play at the end to win the game. I like the kids put their heads together and did that. And overall, I think this was cute. But to me, it was lacking compared to Little League. I thought Little League was a lot better than this. That's everything I have for Moochie of Pop Warner Football. My final rating is 5 footballs out of 10. Our total movie count is Parent Total and Cry Count are still the same. If you want to keep up with the movie you're watching when, follow me on Instagram, Twitter. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I have a tier starting at just $1 where you get every video a week early and a coupon code for merch. Tiers above that, you get daily trivia, weekly random videos that live rent-free in my mind right now, monthly podcasts, etc. Buy merch. Merch is great. Merch is grand. My doctor complimented me on this shirt today, which is fantastic. I feel like, funnily enough, I get the most compliments on this, and it is by far and away the most basic design, which is fabulous. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, but I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so do you, and don't be... I'd say the mayor about it, even though the mayor kind of learns his lesson. Moochie of Pop Warner Football is a 1960. I almost said 2000.